Now we're going to throw on two more effects. These aren't going to be major in shaping the sound, but I thought they added to the lo-fi feel a little bit. First, we're going to throw on Redux, which is Ableton's bit crushing plugin. We're going to turn on bit reduction, and I'm going to set that at 12. Now, you might not notice a huge difference when I play this sound with and without the bit reduction. It makes the sound a little bit more crunchy, but it's very hard to notice. But the main reason why I'm doing this is because a lot of early samplers that producers in the 80s and 90s were using had limited bit depths to them. So that meant a lot of the samples sounded a little bit crunchy. Now I'm also going to go to downsample, and we'll set that to be soft, so we'll have much more control as to how the bit crushing sounds. And we're going to increase this just a very small amount because we don't want any hardcore NES game sounds here. We want something that's just a little bit more lo-fi. I think we'll go for about 1.02 or 1.03. And you can hear that's making just a very small difference. You can hear the sort of crunchiness from the Redux coming in when it's playing different notes. Here's without, and here's with. Just a very small difference that I like. And now I'm going to throw on an instance of EQ8. Let's take an EQ band, just any band, it doesn't matter. And we'll throw on a low cut ×4. And I'm going to remove a lot of those unnecessary low-end frequencies that are muddying up our piano sample. And this could actually also enhance that 90s feel, because a lot of tracks that producers were sampling would have a higher instrument like a piano playing over top a bass or some other low element. And they would have to high pass these samples very heavily so you wouldn't hear the bass line as well. I think we'll put this somewhere around 370 Hertz. That works pretty well. Let's also go over to our fourth EQ band, which is set to a high shelf by default. We'll set the frequency to be somewhere pretty high, like 8.35 kilohertz. You could just type 8350 to make that a lot faster. And let's increase the gain to bring out some more crispness in the sound and also bring out some of those sort of lo-fi artifacts that we added. We'll go for about 4.59 or 4.60 dB. Now we're almost done with our sound. There is basically one more thing that I'd like to tweak, and this is the reason why I have this little delay panel open right now. Let's play our newly sampled piano over top some drums which I programmed earlier. It sounds nice, but it's too rigid, computerized, and on the grid sounding because the piano is hitting at the exact same time as the kick and snare. To fix this, what we're going to do is we're going to open up our delay panel by clicking on the D button, and this is a part of Ableton that I've never really seen people use. It's kind of overlooked, but especially when you're making hip-hop beats, this can be very useful because you want certain elements to not quite be on the grid. You want things to be delayed by just a few milliseconds to give the song a little bit more of a natural feel. So let's go over to our little track delay time right here, and we'll increase it by just a few milliseconds, which is what it's set to by default. You can also go by samples, but we'll just go by milliseconds. And let's get it off the grid just enough to where it feels natural, but not too much to where it feels desynced.